Hello, viewers. I have just asked to talk about social psychological barriers. Now, it is something which is taking place in today's society, and it is something which is according to the mindset of people towards each other. Now, if I talk about social psychological barrier, it is something when two people want to communicate with one another, but they face few problems. They face in fact many such problems are there, which is most of the time it's your state of mind, your emotions, your feelings, which distracts you, which diverts you in order to interact with people around you. You need to understand interpersonal communication in order to understand social psychological barriers. But in my videos, in my next video, I will be discussing more about interpersonal communication or other forms of communication. But here I am just focusing on this particular barrier. While two or more people communicate, what problems they generally face, and the social psychological problem I am focusing over here. So most of the time we find that there is a difference in attitude, like individual has a different attitude and the other individual has a different attitude. We can say lack of motivation, like one person is full of motivation but the other person is lacking in motivation, so the communication will not be an effective way. You can't talk with that person in a very effective way because of their attitude problems. Then there are emotions and moods which even disturbs people to send the message properly or in a positive way, because we often find that when people are in bad mood or they are emotionally disturbed, they won't be able to receive your message in a very positive way. And again we can talk about one more important thing, that attention, like people are not paying proper attention to the message or to the sender who is sending them. Fellow is never open or they are not ready to accept the logic behind the arguments, because they have made up their mind in such a way and they are not ready to take the changes. So it could be a problem, it could be a misinterpret, or you can even say you can't communicate the message properly when the other person is not ready to take that. So social barriers could be like closed mindset, like you have your own mind set up and you are not ready to take new things. There is a difference in status, like we often feel I am so well educated, the other person is not so educated. So of course there is a status problem in terms of money, in terms of family, in terms of salary, in terms of promotions, post. There are so many things which is disturbing our status, and thus there could be no social communication possible between two people. Then you must understand restricted environment. Sometimes we are not supposed to talk with this person or that person. We have been restricted in terms of organizations, at family level, at relative levels. So we are not allowed to interact with one another, and these are the few very basic problems which bring a kind of barrier in our socio psychological problems. But I tell you, it is something we need to understand more nicely, because it is really important to talk with one another in order to develop a social relationship. So do subscribe me for more such videos. I hope you will get your answers. Thank you so much.